Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. I am so excited to just be sitting at my desk today and recording a new video for you guys. As you already guessed from the title of today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys all new products, new foundation, new primer, new eyeshadow, new highlighter, new everything. I'm going to be reviewing all of these really amazing products for you guys today, and I'm really excited to finally just be sitting here and recording again. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know that these past 2 weeks have just been a roller coaster for me, from my husband being sick to my son being sick, and then I got sick, and then I was in the hospital, and then we had to go out of state for some meetings and some business work. So these past 2 weeks have definitely been very busy, very hectic, and just very unexpected. I had so many good videos planned for you guys for these past 2 weeks, and all of those plans just went out of the window. But I'm so excited to finally just be able to sit down and review some amazing products for you guys, to finally just play with makeup again and throw makeup on my face and feel pretty and feel good about myself again after being in the hospital. And yeah, so I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video. I hope that you guys absolutely love this look that I came up with. If you guys want to see how I got this super cute, flirty, mauve look, then of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. It's usually twice a week, but with my life being the way that it is, sometimes I unfortunately don't get to upload twice a week. So you definitely want to hit that notification bell so you can stay notified every time I do upload a video. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Melly Gonzalez MUA, and give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. I'm so excited to just get into today's video. So without further ado, let's stop chit-chatting and review some really great products. Alright you guys, so I already moisturized my skin off camera, but now I'm going to be going in with the Golden Fountain MD, and this is the under eye brightening serum that I have used before. This is my go-to serum. All right, you guys, now the first product that I'm going to be going into in today's review is the new DC Cosmetics, and this is the primer and mist. So primer and setting spray, but this setting spray mist, you can actually use it before and after you do your makeup. So I'm actually going to put this on before I do my makeup. I'm really interested to try this primer because you guys know I am a die-hard Tatcha Silk Canvas primer fan. You guys know that that is the primer I use literally in every single one of my videos. So I'm really excited to try this primer because I really want this to be my new favorite, because I absolutely love Kristen Dominique, as you guys know. So I really want to try this primer, and I hope that it lives up to the hype. So this primer, Kristen Dominique actually infused it with Saloprene B, which is supposed to really hydrate your skin, which I really appreciate, because like I said, these past couple months my skin just has been really dry and very textured. So I really want to bring in that hydration to my skin. And I did want to mention, as always, the packaging is absolutely stunning. It says starting fresh, and the packaging for the mist is actually really nice too. It has like this raindrop like water texture on it, so if you feel it, it's actually like engraved with these little waters, and I think that that's so cute. I'm such a huge fan of Kristen Dominique's packaging. It's always really nice. And the primer bottle, you guys already know that I'm going to point this out. It is actually a pump, and you guys know that I am a huge sucker for pumps, just because they're so much easier, they're so much more convenient. So I'm absolutely already in love with the packaging on this, because I really do appreciate that it has a pump. Okay, so first impression, pumping it on my fingers, it is very like thick. It's a little watery, has a very nice watery feel to it. Doesn't feel super heavy, definitely feels very light on my skin. It's not drying down super quickly. It's giving me enough time to move it around. It doesn't have like any really big scent in it. For those of you guys that are a little bit more sensitive to smells, this definitely does not have any, you know, like rough smell to it. And I love the feel of this. So when Kristen Dominique did her review on this, oh yeah, she did this, which was just kind of showing how sticky it is. So I definitely do feel a grip there. It is definitely pretty sticky, but not too sticky to where it feels like nasty on my skin. It definitely feels very hydrating. So it definitely does feel very hydrating. Definitely has really good grip to it. So I'm interested to see how well it grips onto my foundation. So again, the packaging is very sleek, very nice, very pretty, very definitely has like that high-end quality feel to it, which is not a surprise from Dominique Cosmetics. They are very aware of how to make their packaging very luxurious. The mist on this is really nice. I just kind of like sprayed it, and I'm gonna spray it for you guys also so you guys can kind of see how it sprays. So definitely has a really nice mist to it. So it's not super heavy. It is very misty. So I really appreciate that. Okay, so again, with this mist, it does feel very hydrating as soon as it touches my face. It's very cool, very cool, very cold, and it just has a very nice fresh feel to it. It also does not have a very strong scent. It has the same scent as the primer does, which is very subtle, which you can smell it if you're really, you know, like looking for a scent, but if you're not really paying attention, you probably might not even notice. But it does smell very nice, and it feels really good on my skin. It dried down pretty quickly, so really excited to see how this holds on to my makeup. So for my foundation today, I'm going to be using the new NARS a soft matte foundation, and this was actually requested by quite a few of you guys. A lot of you guys wanted me to try out the new NARS foundation and a lot of just NARS products in general. I'm going to be going into the shade Light 2. So the applicator for this is just a little tube. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this very lightly onto the back of my hand, be using this brush. And I'm usually not a big fan of applying foundation with a brush, but this brush is actually not that bad. And I will tell you guys that so far I'm liking this foundation. I think it matches pretty well with my skin. I'm gonna bring the mirror in a little bit closer just so I can kind of get a better look here. It is very full coverage. I will tell you that. I went in just with one swipe and it is already just covering up all of my redness, all of my blemishes. So it is very full coverage, but it feels very lightweight on my skin. Doesn't feel super heavy. It feels very skin-like, very nice on my skin. I like the texture of this foundation. It is very lightweight. All right, now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more and just finish buffing this into my face. I so far love how full coverage this is. Very full coverage. If you are someone that uses brushes to do your foundation all the time, please tell me how you do it, because I'm just not really a brush person. I always have to go in with my beauty blender, except for today. This is a special case. All right, so far I love this foundation. I do. I think it looks very hydrating on my skin, and that actually might also be from the primer that I used and the mist from Dominique Cosmetics that's kind of radiating through the foundation also. So it did seem to grip to the foundation really well. So far so good. The concealer that I'm going to be going in with today is the new Cafe Marc JACOBS, and this can also be used as a foundation, but today I'm just going to be using it as a concealer, and I'm going to be using the shade Light 130. And you guys already knew that I had to get this because I love coffee, so I definitely had to try this. I'm going to gently just be dabbing a little bit of this into my skin underneath my eyes, and what I'm looking for with this is definitely full coverage. I love a very full coverage concealer. I'm looking to see that it doesn't dry down super quickly either. Because usually with concealer, you definitely don't want it to dry down super quickly on you. You do want to have enough time to blend it in and move it around. Again, I'm going to be going into the same powder brush that I just used for my foundation and slowly just blending this in underneath my eye. All right, and I'm going to be switching out that brush, and I'm going to be using this flat brush by BH Cosmetics just to really press this into my skin. And I will say so far I am enjoying this concealer. I think it looks very, very pretty on the skin. It did blend very, very nicely into my skin, even though I wasn't using a beauty blender. So I think if you're someone that usually goes in with a brush to do your makeup, this will definitely be a good concealer for you. All right, you guys, so now the next new product that I'm going to be going into is the new Stay Vulnerable blush by RareBeauty, and I'm going to go into this now because it is a liquid blush. So this is the new RareBeauty Stay Vulnerable blush, and this is in shade Nearly Mauve. I'm wondering if maybe I should just do this with my fingers or if I should try doing this with a brush. So I'm going to try using it with a brush first, and I'm going to be using the Equate Beauty blush brush. And if it doesn't work with a brush, then I will go in with my fingers. However, I do think this is a very, very stunning blush. It is very, very pretty. I think it's blending into my skin very nicely. So now I am going to use my fingers just to really, really blend this into my skin. All right, you guys, so the next product that I'm going to be going into is not a super new product. Personally, have never used it before, and to be honest, I actually had never heard of this brand up until a couple of months ago. So I was really interested to try it out because a lot of people have just been raving about it, and it is the Beauty Bakerie setting powder, and this is in the shade Oat, which is translucent. It just looks like you went and just purchased flour, like a cute little bag of flour at Walmart, but it's actually baking powder. It's actually setting powder. So I thought that was super cute. I'm really interested to try this out for the first time because a lot of people have been raving about it and saying how good this setting powder is. So when you open it up, this is what it looks like. It says Beauty Bakerie Flour, which I think is super cute. It doesn't say, you know, setting powder. It says flour, which is super cute. So I'm going to be using this mineral powder brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics, just dabbing a little bit of this onto the brush and very lightly just dabbing this into my skin underneath my eyes. So far, I think that this setting powder is really nice. So I am gonna go in with a little bit of extra setting powder on my lids just to make sure that those are set. So when I go in with my eyeshadow. All right, so the setting powder is definitely a win. I definitely want to try this out again though with my beauty blender, because usually with my beauty blender, I'll dip into it a lot more aggressively and just pack it underneath my eyes. So I definitely want to try this again with my beauty blender, but going in with a brush, so far it looks really nice. And overall, just to kind of give you guys a little update, overall I think my makeup so far looks really good. It feels really soft and skin-like on my face. Besides the foundation oxidizing just a little bit, like I said, I think it is fixable if you go in with your setting powder and your face powder. So it's not like a big deal, but just wanted to mention that to you guys. So I couldn't find like a really good face powder that I was really interested in trying. So I'm just going to be going into my Maybelline Fit Me face powder, and this is in shade Warm Nude. And I'm very gently just going to pat this into my skin since I already put a lot of the setting powder. So with this, I'm just going to clean up any of those areas. Very gently just dab it over my blush to just kind of blend my blush in a little bit more, make it look very nice and natural. For me, my T-zone tends to be a little bit more on the oily side, so I love going in with this face powder. And now I wanted to go back into my Kristen Dominique mist, and I wanted to use this just to kind of set the liquid foundations and the setting powder before going in with the rest of my makeup. So I wanted to know in the comments down below, are you the type of person that loves to literally use the whole bottle of setting spray? Or do you just use like 1 or 2 sprays? All right, you guys, so the next product that I'm gonna be going into isn't a new product. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I do wanna try the new Jaclyn Cosmetics Bronzer Blush Duos. So I'll definitely be trying that out in another video for you guys. Okay, and now I'm going to be going into my e.l.f. mineral powder brush again, just to buff out the bronzer and just blend it into the blush. I think this is looking so stunning, you guys. I am so in love with my look today. And now I'm just very gently taking the bronzer down the edges of my nose to contour a little bit. All right, you guys, so now we're going to move over to our eyes. So I'm going to be using the new KKW Beauty Mauve palette, and I will be super honest with you guys. Just looking at their products in general, if you were to take away Kardashian or Jenner from the name or the brand of the product, it would honestly be just like any other makeup product out there. And just looking overall, especially at the KKW Beauty new collection, the Mauve and Honey collection, the palettes are just so simple. They're so simple, but the reason why I think it's so successful is because of who they are. It's Kylie Jenner, it's Kim Kardashian. Who isn't gonna buy their products, right? But I just wanted to just kind of put that out there for you guys. This is my first time ever trying a Kardashian makeup product, just because I've never really been super intrigued. I've never just been super interested, like, oh my gosh, I have to try that. And especially for the amount, I don't know, I've never really like understood the hype, but I did want to just try it out for you guys since it is a new collection and I've never tried any of their products before. I wanted to go ahead and just try it out, see what all the hype is about. So like I said, this is the KKW Beauty Mauve palette from the Mauve collection. And when you open it up, it has these very pretty neutral, very pinky, rosy, mauvey colors. And like I said, I'm not knocking the brand, I'm not knocking the palette. It is a very beautiful palette, but can you get these colors somewhere else? Yes, you can. I did want to mention that it does have a very nice quality mirror inside. So the first color that I'm going to be going into is going to be this color right here. And I will mention that the palette itself doesn't have the eyeshadow names on it. It does have the names on the back, but I think it would be really nice for me personally. I like having the names inside the palette, especially as a YouTuber. When I'm doing makeup tutorials, I like to be able to just look over at it and tell you guys what the color is without having to look in the back and tell you, oh, it's this color. So I will mention that it doesn't have the names inside, but I'm going to be going into this middle color right here, which is just a very nice neutral brown. And I'm going to be putting this all over my lid just as my transition shade. So I will mention that this color is very pigmented and it's very pretty. So it is very pretty. Is the whole collection worth $160? Probably not. And I will mention this also, I don't know the exact price off the top of my head, but I will mention that just purchasing the palette plus tax and shipping, this tiny little palette literally was, I think, if I can remember correctly, it was probably $60. It does not matter to me how stunning these colors may be. Do I ever think that a palette is worth $60? No. The most that I personally would ever want to spend on a palette is maybe $30, the most. If you think that it's worth it, go ahead and buy it. But honestly, no, honey, no. $60, go get your nails done, go get your hair done. Like, don't even worry about purchasing this palette, honestly. All right, so the next color that I'm gonna be going into is this darker brown color right here. And I'm going to be building this into my crease. So I'm going to use the mirror that's here in the palette just to get a better look at what I'm doing. And I'm very gently just going to buff this out into the outer corner of my eye. So to deepen up my crease a little bit more, I'm going to be going into this purple color right here, and I'm very lightly gonna just build this into the outer V and very gently blend it into my crease, but not too much. These colors, they're very pigmented. You definitely want to use a light hand when going in with these colors because they are very pigmented. And very gently just dabbing it into my crease. So although these colors are very pretty, I did also want to mention that they're not super creamy. They are a little bit more on like the chalky side. So when you're blending them in together, it does feel really chalky on your eye. It doesn't feel super creamy and blendable and buildable. It's just very chalky, but yet they're super pretty and super pigmented. So my feelings on this palette are a little split because I really would like these colors to be a little bit more creamier. And I really would love for them to just be a little bit more buildable because like I said, since the consistency is a little chalky, you will notice just little bits and pieces of patchiness on the blending. And you guys know how huge I am on blending. I am such a blender. I love to blend and blend and blend and blend and blend. But with this palette, the more I blend, I feel like the more the color goes away because it is very chalky, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to be taking this very light pinky shade right here. It does have a very like pinky undertone to it, although it is a little bit more on the cream side. It does have a very like mauve-y undertone. So I'm going to be taking this color on my lid and I'm just going to be patting it in with my finger. So overall thoughts on this palette. Do I think it's worth almost $60 once you add shipping and tax? No, I don't. I think these are colors that you could easily find anywhere else. And it personally just didn't work for me. Does that mean that it's not gonna work for you? No, I'm sure that, you know, if a lot of you guys already have KKW beauty products, if you absolutely love them, hey, kudos to you. I'm glad that they work for you. For me personally, I feel like these shadows are a little bit more on the chalky side. And the more that I tried to blend it, I felt like the more the color was just washing right off of my eye. All right, you guys, so the next product that I'm gonna be going into is my NYX Epic Ink Liner, and this isn't a new product. I just couldn't find like a new eyeliner that came out into the market that I really wanted to try for you guys. So I'm just gonna be using this one. All right, you guys, so I did not do a wing today because I just wasn't feeling that courageous. So I am going to hop off camera and pop on some lashes. But I did also want to mention another new product that I have been using is the new NYX. And this is the Lift and Snatch Brow Liquid Pencil, I guess, if you will. Oh my gosh, you guys. This little itty bitty pencil has been a lifesaver for me. My eyebrows are always such a struggle for me, and I have tried everything from Benefit brow pencil to drugstore brow pencils to all kind of pomades, the Anastasia brow pomade. I've tried so many things for my eyebrows to get them perfect, to get them to have perfect hair-like strokes in them, and nothing just ever really seemed to work for me. And this little thing has changed my eyebrow game. And I've also been using the Benefit brow setter, and this is like my eyebrow combo that I've been using for the past 2 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, and it has just completely changed my eyebrow game. I'm gonna stop raving about it. I'm gonna hop off camera, do my eyebrows, do my lashes, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so I went off camera, threw on some lashes, did my eyebrows, and I did want to mention that I used the Voluminous Superstar Mascara, which isn't a new mascara, but again, I couldn't really find like a new mascara on the market that I really wanted to try for you guys, so I just used the mascara that I already had. So the next product that I'm going to be going in with is a new product, and it is the new Ofra Milk and Cookies highlighter, and this is in the shade Milk and Cookies. This is what the packaging looks like. Super cute and definitely very eye-catching. And I did want to mention also that this packaging is magnetic. When you close it, it does have a very soft magnetic close to it, so for me, I just find that very like aesthetically pleasing. And it does also have a super nice mirror inside, and then of course the highlighter. It is absolutely stunning. I absolutely love Ofra Cosmetics. Actually, I think that all of their highlighters are super stunning, so I just wanted to swatch this quickly for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that like on camera that well, but very pretty, very like skin like, but definitely also very bright and very eye-catching. So I'm going to put this on my cheekbones, and I'm also going to take it down the bridge of my nose to add some pop of highlight. For the bridge of my nose, I'm going to be using just this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer blush. I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush and just taking this down the bridge of my nose. I love a good highlighter, you guys. I do. If I could just pack my whole face with highlighter, I would. So pretty. And it is very buildable. Like, the more that you put on, the brighter it gets, which is so perfect for me, because let's just keep packing on some more. So pretty. And now I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm going to be using this to pop the highlighter onto my cheeks. And we're just going to keep building it and building it and building it some more. You guys are not gonna tell me that that is not the most stunning highlighter that you have ever seen. Other side, yes, more, yes, more, yes. I am just glowing right now. Oh my god, I literally just want to like, oof, like just dip my whole face into this highlighter right now. Yes. Yes, you guys will definitely see me using this highlighter probably in all of my videos. All right, the next product that I'm going to be going into, last but not least, of course, is our lips, and I'm going to be going into the new Melt Cosmetics Warm Nudes, and this is the new minis that they just came out with, I'd say maybe about 3 weeks ago, so definitely wanted to try these out for you guys. It does slip out like this, and there's so many. They're so tiny and so itty bitty and so cute. I will say that when I got this in packaging, I actually didn't think they were going to be this tiny. Even though it did say mini, I didn't think it was going to be like this mini, but they are very cute, so I'm excited to try them out for you guys. So they have this one here that's called Suntan, Saucy, Undercover, Shameless, and Dilemma. So I did want to go ahead and just show them all to you guys, even though of course I'm only going to be using one. So this one right here is the darkest brown, and this one is Suntan. I will mention these are really hard to get out, but the next color is Saucy. Very cute neutral color as well. The next shade is Undercover, and it's a little bit more, this one's a little bit lighter. It's not, this one's a little bit more on like the mauve-y pink side. The other two were a little bit more on the brown side. The other two definitely do have a little bit more of like an orangey red undertone. This one looks like it had a little bit more of a pink undertone. This one is definitely just a very like skin-like nude, and this one is Shameless. So definitely don't want to use this one for today's look. So this is not what I'm using for today's look. And last but not least, we have Dilemma, which is like a nude. Very like almost coral, like a very light peachy coral color. So this is a really good color to go into if you want to create like an ombre effect in your lips. So if you're going in with a darker color, just pop this right in the middle to create like that really nice ombre effect, which is probably what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to go into, I think I want to go into Suntan. So I'm going to try going into Suntan, and if that doesn't work, then I'll just take it off and go with something else. These lipsticks are so creamy, very creamy. I've actually never tried Melt Cosmetics before, and I wanted to go ahead and try them out for you guys. They're so creamy, very soft. They don't have like a weird lipstick smell to them, which is nice. And now I'm gonna take Dilemma and just pop this into the middle It just broke. It just broke. You guys, that is so upsetting. It doesn't mean that it's not usable. I was still able to create my ombre effect, but I am really upset that that just broke. So since they are minis, you definitely just want to be really gentle when using them so that they don't break on you, because that one just like snapped right off. All right, you guys, so last but not least, I'm gonna go back into my Kristen Dominique's Mist setting spray, and like I said at the beginning, you can also use this to prime, set, refresh, all kinds of things. So I'm gonna be using this to set my makeup. All right, you guys, so that is that. Here is the finished look that I created using mostly all new products for you guys, and all of them were absolutely stunning. All of them were complete passes for me, except for the KKW Beauty eyeshadow palette. It was honestly just a really sad pass for me because I really wanted it to work, and even though I might use it again maybe once or twice, it's not gonna be like a eyeshadow palette that I gravitate towards to like on a weekly basis, just because even though the colors were very beautiful, they just weren't as creamy as I would have liked them to be. They were a little bit more on the chalky side, so they weren't super blendable. Even though today's look did come out very pretty, they are very pigmented, but I don't know, it's just like a really hard pass for me. Like, I'm really sad that it didn't work, but everything else that I used in today's video was absolutely stunning. Like, this Ofra highlighter is going to be my newest go-to, and of course the new primer and setting spray from Dominique Cosmetics was absolutely really nice to use as well. So far it's, you know, holding my makeup really well, so I'll see how it wears throughout the rest of the day. And I definitely do want to try this Beauty Bakerie setting powder again, but I definitely want to try it with a beauty blender next time to just see how much more I can get from it. And the RareBeauty Stay Vulnerable liquid blush or cream blush was actually the first cream blush that I've ever used, and it was really nice to use that. I think it was very nice, very pigmented, very pretty. So I have literally nothing but good things to say for all of the makeup products that I tried in today's video. So of course, as always, before I leave you guys today, I wanted to leave you with a positive message. And my positive message for you today is make the best of it. And I say this to you guys, but I'm also really just saying it to myself as well, because these past 2 weeks have been really hard on us. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you guys know that we've just been really sick these past 2 weeks, and these past 2 weeks have been so hectic and so busy. I just miss creating videos for you guys, and I feel bad. Like, I'm really sorry for not being as consistent as I'd like to be. This past weekend, I was actually in the hospital twice. Thank God that I'm doing a lot better now. But these past 2 weeks, honestly, I've just had to keep reminding myself, like, Melly, just make the best of it. Make the best of it, because that's all that you can do. At the end of the day, all that you can do is just make the best of it. Complaining isn't going to make the situation better. Worrying isn't going to make the situation any better. So whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's health-wise, whether it's personal, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's your family, siblings, best friend, boyfriend, whatever it is that you're going through, just make the best of it. Even though the situation might not be exactly what you want it to be. And honestly, what situation is ever exactly what we want it to be? You know, like, everything in life is just so fragile, and sometimes we just have to make the best of it and just really appreciate what we do have in that moment versus what we don't have, or versus what we're missing out on, and just appreciate what's already in front of us and what we already have. So that's my positive message for you as you enter the rest of this week. Just make the best of it. Whatever situation comes your way, whatever circumstance you find yourself in, just make the best of it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. So I hope to see you guys in my next video. I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's look, and I really hope that you enjoyed all of these new products that I reviewed for you guys, and I will see you guys next time.